Hey everybody, how's it going? Awesome. I'm well. Definitely feeling the loss. It sucks every single time. Taking a loss. It never gets easier, never gets better. To say that I still am proud of my guys. Proud of the steps that we've taken so far. The things we did today compared to last week and the week before, the steps we were taking, super excited about this future of the offense, the team, the defense, special teams. Obviously, defense is playing lights out. Obviously, they don't want points being up on the board, but to have, I think it was 2 interceptions or so. To have 2 interceptions on their side is all we need for offense, to get those extra drives. And, like I said, they're playing lights out. So, those guys deserve to win. They work hard each week to go out and do what they do. They do it well. And we're going to get better offensively. We're going to be better. And the special teams-wise, obviously, we got a couple different, plays and punts and things like that did well for us. A couple of different returns, but as an offense, as a team, definitely excited and definitely proud of guys.
The strip sack, on the strip sack at the end, what did you feel, what did you see going through?
Yeah, so I was, when I got to the top of the drop, I definitely felt, I think it was Latu, right? Latu coming around the edge, so I tried to step up, small movements, nothing huge, because I also, saw Rome about to pop behind the backer. I think they either were cover 2 on that right side or doubling DJ. And so I came off of that. Backer started to move out with my eyes, about to throw it to Rome. And then right there, strip sack.
On the 4th and goal option play to Swift, what did you see pre-snap in terms of the look they gave you, and then what did they do to blow that up?
Yeah, so that was a tough one. Being right there on the inch-yard line. Or so 1 yard line, and to not get that. So, seeing it, things like that is a play we practice all week. Something, understanding that, when they get around the 5 yard line to 1 yard line, their defense changes, and they get into those 6-1 defense and things like that. They normally, crash and things like that. And, I guess maybe I didn't get on the edge fast enough, or whatever the case may have been. But they didn't crash how they normally do, or how we saw on film, and they made a good play. Had an extra overhang player over there, and it may have been because of the pistol or whatever the case may have been.
Did you have the option to change the play at the line of scrimmage there, and do you wish you would have?
On that play. Yeah, we have the option to change the play right there. Clock was running down. In those moments, you don't necessarily want to get the flag. Got out the huddle, I believe, with around 10 seconds, and so I didn't want to get up there and alert the play or change the play and things like that. Have it around 5 or so, or when everybody got set, and so. At that point, you got to call and run it and get going.
If there had been more time, based on the look you saw, do you think you
could have? I could have changed it. Yes.
On the interception when you're going to DeAndre, Matt said kind of a rhythm throw. What did you kind of see there in terms of the corner where he was at?
DeAndre
on the 3rd down after the big
Oh yes, yeah. So I was out of rhythm of the route. They covered up the curl. Cole went to the opposite hash and sat, and then we had a flat. Just a routine play. Corner made a great break on the ball. I didn't get all of my power into the throw, so that's why I was a little bit loftier than some of the usual passes when you're throwing something like that. I got a little pushback and tried to get it to him. Thought the DB was a little too far off, and like I said, made a great break on the ball. Can't have those.
Do you feel like you're getting closer to an offensive identity at this point, or do you?
Yeah, I do actually. I got our first 2 passing touchdowns of the year. Obviously, which feels good, exciting to get that going finally in the second half of this game. So having the offense, identity is, I think it is brewing. I think it is a lot closer than it was the week before or weeks before. And I think us figuring that out is going to get this thing going. I think we're right there. It's on all the plays we were just simply one small detail or. And that's myself included on some of these plays that happened today. But we're one small detail, a lot of these plays that, like I've said in many other interviews, that these small details always add up to be something bigger.
What enabled you to get Rome going today?
Yeah, so I think watching film, going through practices and things like that. I've told Rome that I'm going to give him the ball some more. The routes he run, the trust and belief that I have in him, that's why I threw that ball to him. That ended up being a pick, which I told him I'll come back to him and things like that. But that pick, the defender's back was turned, and it's always one of those rules that as a QB offense, when a defender's back is turned to one of your guys, you give him a chance because obviously he's not looking at the ball. Corner made a good break on the ball once it was tipped. He had his eyes back, and then things like that. So, some of the practice reps, some of the after practice reps that Rome and I have been getting these past couple of weeks, I think it pays off, and we're going to keep doing it. Because we want to obviously build that connection and have that trust and belief in each other.
Follow up to that, the 47-yarder to Odunze, he said that it felt just like the preseason play. Did it feel like that to you as well? And what did you see?
Yeah, I didn't have to roll out on that one, but yeah, it definitely felt like that. We've been working on some of our different routes and things like that. Throughout these weeks, every day we get about 10 to 15 passes with each other after practice, and so certain passes like that. And a lot of times the deep downfield balls are the more rhythm routes that you have to try and keep your receiver in stride and things like that. He had a great route, made a great catch, and gave us a chance.
After the touchdown to Rome there, you and Rome had the celebration runner off the field. But are you thinking you're going for two in that spot? Kind of what's your mindset in terms of the next play there?
Yeah, that's coach's decision. I unless I have a strong, opinion on it, I'm waiting on coach's decision in that instance.
You're thinking the kicking team's coming out there. That's right.
Yeah. I thought they were coming out. I ran off the field. We ran off the field, and then obviously came back on.
On the fourth and goal, obviously that sequence, it felt like you guys were knocking on the door for 5 or 6 plays. What's your feeling when you're down there for as long as you were, and then to come off with 0?
Yeah, it is frustrating. When you're that close and you get 4 attempts right there, I think we were below the 5 for 4 attempts. And so, to not get in those moments, it definitely is frustrating. But, I believe that was the 17-play drive or so, I believe, or one of those. And so, to be able to march the ball and move the ball for 17 plays, that's NFL ball. We gotta keep going and keep finishing. That's the most important thing.
Trying to find the offensive identity and that you guys are closer. Can your offensive identity be you throwing the ball 53 times? Or
did I throw it? 52. I threw it 52 times? Jeez.
Or do you guys need to find a balance?
No, I do whatever team needs. You know what I mean? And so if it's 50 times, it's 50 times. I can't have the 2 turnovers with those 50 attempts. And then if it ends up being 10 times and it's, I complete 9 of those 10, and we have 300 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns, I'm fully aware, fully ready to do whatever that may seem and whatever the team needs. And so if it comes down to being 50 attempts and us slinging the ball around, if it comes down to being 10 attempts, it's whatever team needs to get the win. And that's you go in the locker room, you celebrate and have fun because it's hard to win in the NFL, as we always say and as I've said. So we'll keep slinging it, we'll keep working on run game, we'll keep getting better definitely as an offense. We're going to get this thing going here soon.
Last one, with the offense as a whole of the scheme, do you feel like you guys need to restructure some things, or do you feel like this is the right track that you guys are on right now as far as the play calling and things like that?
Yeah, I think that is. I think more communication within the offense, figuring out our pass protection this game was definitely a lot better, and we changed some things up, figuring out what fits us as a team. I think so the constant communication that I've talked about before, I think goes a long way, and I think we need to keep doing that. Like I said, it's a long season, and so being able to adapt, change, and adapt to the players and people that we have in these rooms, because we got special guys, whether it's offensive line, running backs, and wide receivers, and so being able to adapt and all of that, I think it starts from communication, and that's something that's constant throughout a long season, throughout a game where rhythm, starting fast, throughout a game that you want to get things going, you want to be consistent, you want to be explosive, all these different things. It starts with communication, and then from there you can be consistent, because then it works well with our guys and our beliefs. Awesome, thank you. The Bears.